What's going on, everybody? You're back with your boy Facts with Reason on another video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also hit the little bell for the notifications for when I do a live video or upload a video, so you're the first one to see it. Yeah, just remember to like and subscribe. Today I'm going to speak on Antony. I briefly touched on him yesterday with the Man United reaction, but today is the day for that show, especially this morning after seeing the headlines that potentially a report from the Daily Mirror are saying that Antony of Man United might want to do a swap deal for Gabriel Barbosa for Flamengo, who, to be honest with you, ain't an upgrade. I've seen him play. I know about him. He used to play for Inter Milan. He didn't rip it up over there, and he went back to Brazil and he bagged. And like, obviously, we know Brazil's not the most competitive league in the world. No disrespect, but going from Flamengo to Manchester United is a big step. But yeah, I'm going to just touch on Antony today. It's not going to be a long video. Just going to discuss really on what he's brought to the club, why we spent so much money on him, how Ajax duppied us on the deal. I'm just blown. So I'm going to get straight into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and get your comments in on what you think about Antony. But let's say we spent, 80 million on him. 80 to 90 million on Antony. Ten Hag wanted him. That was Ten Hag signing. He really wanted Antony. He said he's been through the war with me. He's been this, he's done that, blah, blah, blah. I was gassed when we first signed him because I seen him play for, I remember him at Sao Paulo and I remember him at Ajax and he was wavy. It was very cold. So when we signed him, I was like, cool. We need a right winger because technically we didn't have one. We did have Mason Greenwood at the time, but obviously he caught his case and whatever. So we needed a right winger to fill that void. Now, obviously, he came in his debut against Arsenal and he scored on his debut. What more could you want to welcome yourself to the Premier League at Man United? Cool. He got his goals. Well, ever since that, yesterday's performance has to be one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a professional footballer in the English Premier League, let alone playing for Man United. Honestly, I've never seen something so bad in my life. So Antony has to approach the bench today because I'm the judge and I'm also the executioner. And I will, I can't even swear, but you get me? Man will cuss him out because right now we're stealing a living on that right-hand side of the pitch. Pellistri has to play. Yes, Pellistri's not world-class. He might not even be ready for the Man United step up, but I don't know what more he has to do for Antony to come out of the team, because after yesterday's performance, Ten Hag cannot play Antony on Wednesday. I think it is against Copenhagen. He can't play him. It's impossible. It's impossible. I'm just looking at some of his stats, and since he's been at Man United, his stats are actually mind-blowing. They're actually scary. I'm not going to lie to you. If you look on last season, he played 25 games in the Premier League. He got 4 goals and 2 assists. 4 goals and 2 assists. That's how much goals he scored. Can you imagine? In the Premier League. Then we had 9 games in Europa League. He got 2 goals. Carabao Cup, 5 games, 1 goal. FA Cup, 5 goals, Emirates FA Cup, 5 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. This is someone we spent 90 million on. Now, obviously, you know, you have to give a player time to settle in, you know, new style, new culture. Like, I get it. You get I normally give you 1 season when you're a foreign player to come in and do your thing because it's a new league. Everything's different, like blah, blah, blah. I get it. But 2nd season in and you ain't done nothing for me to say, actually, you know what? You're the guy that can hold down the right wing for Man United. And that's why it's sad to see the whole Sancho situation, because if Sancho just kept his mouth quiet, then technically he could have played the right wing, because there would have been no argument with Ten Hag. Ten Hag couldn't say nothing, because as long as he gets his head down and trains hard, he gets in the team, because Antony really and truly, he has no competition on that side. Yes, Pellistri was shouting Pellistri, but you know, I say we don't need Antony. Kind of we do and kind of we don't, because it offers a balance on his left foot. But me personally, dash him. In January, I'd get rid of him. I wouldn't even play him again. I would not even play him again. I would say play him in the Carabao Cup, but guess what? We're out of that. What's the point of playing him? He's horrific. For 80 million, I think at this moment in time, he has to be in the top 5 biggest flops of Manchester United history, without doubt. Now, I had people messaging me yesterday saying to me, oh, you're being negative about Man United. oh, you should be happy that we won and blah, 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 blah. Just a quick side note. I'm happy that we got 3 points, but I'm not happy with the performance. I'm not happy with the style. I'm not happy with the line. I'm not happy with all of it, but I'm happy we got the 3 points, just to clarify. But it's just papering over the cracks. If we go to Copenhagen and lose on Wednesday, what are you going to say? Oh, we should have done this and we should have done that. And like, I don't want to hear it. They're not going to get me so easy. That's what I do know. But back to number 21, Antony. Yeah, he's just not equipped to play in the Premier League. Yes, he's had problems with his personal life and stuff, but I'm not going to lie, the whole of last season, none of that stuff was spoken of. So as far as I'm concerned, he don't get a blight on that. That's just an excuse. Also, this season, he started off pathetic the same way. He was dead the same way. He played in the preseason. He wasn't doing a lot out there either, but you give him a bye again because, you know, it's preseason and not everyone does it in preseason. And cool, you might not be fit and rare. But right now, this guy is dropping stinker after stinker after stinker after stinker. So last season, let's say he's got 4 in the Prem, 2 in Europa League, 1 in Carabao, and 1 in the FA Cup. So that's what? 7 goals, right? And he got what? 3 assists. Now I look at Doku, right? Doku just came to Premier League, right? He's played 8 Premier League games so far this season. He's got 2 goals and he's contributed 5 assists already, right? He's also got a goal in the Champions League. So he's got 3 goals and 6 assists already in 11 games. That's Doku, yeah? And they spent 60 million on him, Man City. 60 mil on Doku. You look at guys like Jared Bowen, he's better than Antony. You look at guys like, who would you even put out there? Even Jacob Murphy for Newcastle is better than Antony. He's better than him. The list can continue. Diaby for Aston Villa, Leon Bailey, who's at Tottenham, Kulusevski, Arsenal, Saka. Like the list can go on and on and on and on. So therefore, for me, we got robbed. Our pants have been pulled down. Because why are we spending 80 to 90 million on a player that's only getting 7 goals? Even his goal return, or 8 goals, sorry. Even his goal return in Ajax is nothing special. It was nothing like, raw, we got to get this guy, like he bagged and done this. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. The most goals he scored at Ajax in the league was 8. He played 32 games in the 2021 season and he scored 8 goals and got 8 assists, which is not too bad. But then again, it's Eredivisie. Like you can do better. But it was his first season, so you give him a blight. Then he goes, and then his next season, he played 23 games, got 8 goals, 4 assists. Then his 2023 season, well, he didn't actually play because he went on strike because he wanted to come Man United. And ever since he's been here, 8 games, no goals, no assists, just 2 yellow cards. That's all he's brought to the table for Man United. And Ten Hag's put his trust in him. But Eric, it's time for you to stop putting your trust in him. And it's time to throw in Palestri into the fire. And I heard Rio Ferdinand and Joe Cole yesterday on TNT Sports talking about him and how Willian is better. And yeah, Willian's better than Antony. Willian's proven it in the Premier League, Champions League level. He's done it. He's 35 and he's still better than him. That's how mad it is. He's still better than him. And they were talking about, Antony, he ain't good enough. And, for the team on Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever we're playing, that they should throw in, if Garnacho gets dropped, he should be very upset. I'm thinking, hold on a minute. Because basically what they're saying is Rashford, if Rashford's fit, he should come straight back into the team. I'm like, what? No. Garnacho and Palestri need to start in the week. They were saying, J. Cole? Oh, that's a rapper, imagine. Joe Cole was saying that Mason Mount should play right wing. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Mason Mount, don't touch my right wing. Do you understand me? Don't touch it, right? Because Palestri, he's got a little bit of pace. Get him the ball and let him run at defenders. He's not scared to take defenders on. Also, I believe Garnacho and Palestri would work well with Højlund because they actually like crossing the ball and they don't just try and be greedy and play for themselves. Whereas our other wingers, Antony, I mean, I don't know what he's left-footed and cool. He's got no right foot. For me, at this level, you need to have a right foot. You need to be strong on your both feet. But, you know, some players are just technically gifted on their left. Fair enough. But he hasn't even got that. He hasn't even got that. All he wants to do is dip and whip it top bins. Dip and whip it top bins. Bro, you're not that guy. You can't do that in this league here. Do you understand? You physically can't do it. It is what it is. Like, there's no shame, but you got to switch it up, bro. Like, this is how mad it is. When teams defend against Antony, they let him have the ball. They let him. They say, go on, take the ball. Take it. Because there's no fear. Because they already know what he's going to do. Show him down the right-hand side. He ain't going down there because he ain't got no right foot. And when he gets the ball on his left, he's going to try and do a little skill or a step over or a spin or a foot over. He's going to try to do something. And he's not contributing to nothing. So there's no threat coming down the right side of the pitch because if Wan-Bissaka's playing, he ain't the best at going forward. And Dallo isn't the best at going forward either. So there's no, that side of the pitch is already void. So we're already down to 10 men as far as I'm concerned. Because if you're not scoring or assisting and not impacting the game, then what are you doing on the pitch other than kicking people and getting yellow cards? It's pathetic. Now, like I said, there's been talks this morning of him going to Brazil in January to do a swap deal, a loan deal, I think it is, maybe. Yeah, a loan deal with Gabriel Barbosa. Gabriel Barbosa plays up front. He's a centre forward. So what's that got to do with my right wing? Yes, he can play on the right wing, but he's played like 200 and something games for Flamengo up top. When he went to Inter Milan, he played up top. So what? He would come to Man United and play right wing. It doesn't make no sense. I don't get where Man United get their scouting and their foolishness from. I mean, I don't even believe the story because I don't think Ten Hag would actually get rid of Antony like that. But nevertheless, even the link of that is just pathetic. Antony for Gabriel Barbosa. How about we just get rid of Antony and buy another winger? Or like, do you know what I mean? Or just trust in the youth. Trust in the Amads and the Palestris and to see where it gets us. It can't be any worse than where we are now. Do you see what I mean? And we haven't even got money like that to be throwing on no other winger. And this is the issue. Every time a manager comes into the club, majority of the time we give them the money and say, go and buy your players. And when they bring their players in, they're not good enough. Now, Man United have over 30, 40, 50 scouts working throughout the whole season and off season to find the best young players. So how did we come across Antony? Yes, I get it, Ten Hag. You worked at Ajax. You wanted to bring your people with you. Yeah, cool. I get it. But you know deep down that Antony, he's not doing it for you. If there's one guy that should be ride or die for you, it's Antony because he played under you at Ajax and you two have a good bond and a good chemistry. But he's not showing that on the football pitch, my friend. Even the players yesterday, when they pass him the ball, there's no one trying to make a run off the ball, nothing, because they just know he ain't going to do nothing. And yes, his confidence is low, but if his confidence is low, take him out the firing line. Take him out. And I heard one other podcast yesterday say that because he's Brazilian, the English media are on him and stuff. To me, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. Your eyes don't lie. My eyes don't lie. Your eyes don't lie. Because as far as I'm concerned, anyone that watches football and understands it could tell that he was trash and is dead. If you looked at him yesterday compared to Willian, you wouldn't have known who's 35, 36 and who's like 23, 24. You wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known because Willian was just doing levels. Yes, he didn't score no goals, but he was trying to do something for Fulham. But like I said, he's 35. What more can he do? And then he's 23. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Now, I thought he was going to be like, you know, I remember when Pepe signed for Arsenal, and I was grilling him in his second season. So, and you get to get that same treatment, bro. You're finished. You're washed. I have no respect for you in the English league anymore. I have no love for you. I did, but now you're gone. So, in my opinion, you need to go out the door. I'm pretty sure most Man United fans, you know, want him gone as well. So this one's on Ten Hag. You're going to have to make that decision, my bro. But as far as I'm concerned, Antony cannot play for Manchester United again. And obviously he's going to play because, you know, injuries, etc., etc. But what I'm saying is we need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of him. Now, we're not going to make that money back. Obviously, it's impossible. Sell him for 50 million, 45. But the thing is, he's playing that bad that teams won't even spend that amount of money on him. You're probably have to do a loan with an obligation to buy. Because I can't see anyone buying Antony right now unless Ajax was to come back for him or a team in Brazil or maybe Saudi Arabia will try to grab him. But for some reason, Saudi Arabia don't want none of our players, which makes sense because they're all dead. So I just think that you give Palestri a run of 5 to 10 games now, give him a run of it, let him play. If you want to put Mason Mount out there as well, you can try it. It won't any harm. put Garnacho there and put Trashford on the left, even though in my opinion, Trashford shouldn't get back into the team. But there's things you can try. Antony can hold bench. I remember the City game 2 weeks ago, the camera panned to him and he just shook his head like this. What are you shaking your head for? You haven't done nothing. You haven't done nothing. And I touched on it in that video as well. You haven't done nothing to warrant you shaking your head like you're going to come on and make a difference. You've had umpteen games, bro, to make a difference. You haven't done nothing. And everything that Sancho is saying, even though I don't agree with him saying it, like you keep that stuff in-house, him and Ten Hag both doing wrong. But you can hear what he's saying, that he's not going to be made a scapegoat. And no matter what he does, Antony will always be in the manager's eyes, which unfortunately, that's just how life is. It's the same for work, football, business. The manager's always going to have a favorite, regardless of what you do. And Sancho, I'm pretty sure Sancho's best position is left wing anyway. So I'm not sure what he's screaming about on the right, but I get it. In my opinion, Sancho should be playing on the right wing. But again, Ten Hag loves off Antony. So what can you do? Well, I'll tell you what you can do. Dash him in the bin. Dash him in the bin. But I don't want to see Gabriel Barbosa come to Man United. I don't want to see that. And I want to see Antony leave in January. Even if it means we play Palestri, Ahmad and Mount on the right wing for the rest of the season, I don't care. Because as far as I'm concerned, the season's done. We're not going to get through the Champions League group. I can't see it happening. So it'll be Europa League at best. Then we'll get knocked out of that. Then we'll struggle in the Premier League for the rest of the season. We ain't going to get through no FA Cup, especially with this playing style and the way the players are playing. I don't even know if Ten Hag would even make it to the end to the next transfer window in January. I have no idea. Depends how this team perform. It all depends, isn't it, on the players. But one thing I do know, if Ten Hag does get the chop, and I don't want him to go because I love Ten Hag, but if he does get the chop, he can take Antony with him still. I can't lie. He can take Antony with him because he can't play for Man United no more. So yeah, that was my video on Antony, really. Again, I ain't got no life in me because this team just drained me. They just drained me out. They drained me out. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow's match, Tottenham, Chelsea as a neutral. I can actually watch some good football for once. That Newcastle Arsenal game, mad. But on Tuesday, I'm going to do a review on the weekend. So make sure you tune into that. I think I might go live for that one to get your comments in and have a discussion about it. But yeah, Antony, adios, my friend. See you later. But yeah, don't forget, smash a like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you put on the notification bell so you know when I'm coming online, when I'm uploading a video, when I've gone live, all that rubbish there. And yeah, peace out with Facts with Reason. In a bit, people. In a bit.